your sperm made it out or it didn't. Like, do you have a baby? Hey y'all, did y'all miss me? I feel like I've been going off YouTube for a minute. Like, I posted a video like 2 weeks ago, but for some reason it feels like, I don't know, I just feel like I haven't been on YouTube in a while, and I haven't even been watching YouTube. So y'all seen this how the video, your girl is back again with another story time. If you're to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even have to say anything, because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on way. That's on way. That's on period, and Mary had a little lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video, today's story time is going to be about the time my man hid his baby from me. And y'all, this didn't happen recently because I would be in jail, but this happened back when I was in college. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So y'all already know, in order for any of my story times to make sense, I have to give y'all a little backstory. So this happened back in like 2016 going into 2017. And around this time, your girl was heavy on Snapchat, y'all. Snapchat had me in a chokehold. Like, I was on Snapchat heavy. Like, I don't even think I had, if I had an Instagram account, I wasn't on Instagram like that. I wasn't on Twitter like that. I wasn't on Facebook. Like, Snapchat was my app. I used to always be on Snapchat. I was one of those girls that would literally just post my thoughts. Like, if I seen somebody in a trip, I would go on Snapchat and be like, oh my gosh, y'all, this girl just fell on her face. Like, that's the type of person I was. I was on Snapchat heavy. So I remember, and then some of the stuff I used to post on Snapchat, I'm not even gonna hold y'all, it was hella cringe, y'all. Like, I used to post literally all of my thoughts on Snapchat. One day I was hungry, and I think I just posted like, I'm hungry, what should I eat today? And I put it on my Snapchat story. I'm not even thinking anything of it. I'm thinking my best friend or my homegirl's gonna hit me and be like, girl, get Chick-fil-A, or like, you know, just swipe up on my story telling you what to eat. But half of the people that commented on my story was guys. And I don't know what it is about Snapchat, y'all, but Snapchat is where all the horny ninjas go. Like, well, they horny on all apps, but especially on Snapchat. Let me know if it's just me. That's why I don't use that app now. But around this time, I had a whole bunch of guys on my Snapchat. And I think this is before Snapchat. Like, Snapchat will let you, people add you without you actually approving it around this time. This was like in the very beginning stages of Snapchat. I don't know what they do on Snapchat now, but at this time I would always have a bunch of people on my Snapchat that I never added. I don't know how I got them on there. We don't got no mutuals. Like, they just appeared on my Snapchat. Like, it was weird. So I'm getting all of these messages on Snapchat from guys being hella flirty, saying like, oh, you can eat me. Like, just saying, like, when I say y'all, they was saying outlandish stuff. Like, nobody was swiped up and said anything normal, like, oh, you should go to Chubby's, or oh, you should go to Zaxby's. Everyone was swiping up and was saying like, I can give you something to eat. Like, they was just saying outlandish stuff, like crazy stuff, y'all. And then that's when homeboy swiped up on the story, and he was just like, what's your cash app? I'll pay for your lunch. And we're gonna go ahead and give him a name. We're gonna call him, in that last story time, I'm trying to remember what I called him. Also, let me go ahead and give this little disclaimer, because I forgot to say this. I did post this story time like 3 years ago, but YouTube took the video down before the video even had a chance to get viewed. I think like 10,000 people seen the video, and YouTube took the video down. So if you are OG and you seen this story time, or you remember this story time, that's why, because I did do this story time before, but like I said, that many people didn't see the story time. So boom, we're gonna go ahead and call him ugly, because I'm gonna keep it a buck, y'all. I was not attracted to this man. He was not cute at all. Like, I don't even know, YouTube be tripping, so I don't even know if I want to call him ugly. Let's call him oogly, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. So oogly, he swipes up on the Snapchat, and he was just like, what's your cash app? I'll pay for your lunch. And when I seen that, I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. Like, it went from getting real freaky on my Snapchat to a guy offering to pay for my lunch. I just asked, what should I eat? I ain't asked you to pay for nothing. So when I seen that or whatever, remind you, y'all, I'm like 20, 21 at this time. You know, anything make a girl excited. So I'm like real excited, like, oh my gosh, she asking to pay. I probably reposted that on my Snapchat. I probably screenshotted that snap and put it on my story. It was like, yeah, y'all, like, follow the line, like, follow the leader. Like, he done offered to pay for my food, and y'all over here offering to taste me. Like, I'm hungry. Follow the leader. So I don't think I posted that, y'all. But anyway, I put the little Snapchat. I definitely screenshotted it, and I put it in my my group chat at the time. So I swipe up and I give him my cash app, And I'm like, thank you. And he ain't sent me nothing much, y'all. It was like he sent me like maybe $10 or $15 for me to get some lunch. But I thought that was a nice little gesture. So after he sent that, we started snapping. And like I said, at this time, y'all, I don't remember how I got this man on Snapchat. I don't even know how he looked because he wasn't really a snapper like that. Like, I didn't find out he was oogly until like a week after snapping him on Snapchat. So he sends me the money or whatever. I don't remember what I ate. I probably ate Chubby's, because Chubby's in Tallahassee, if you know, you know. So I had my little lunch that day, and I just remember me and Oogly going like back and forth on the DMs on Snapchat or whatever. We just communicating or whatever. Fast forward to probably like a week later, I told y'all, he posted a story, and at this time, y'all, he was selling a little kush at this time. So he would always post like kush on his story. But this particular day, he posted a selfie of him, and you couldn't really see his face, but you can just tell like how he had the phone. Hold on, let me show y'all. This is how he had the phone. He had the phone like this, and he took like a selfie, but the phone was like covering half of his face. So I'm just so seeing half of his face, I already knew. I'm like, all right, he not really my type or whatever, but he cool people. Like, he was making me laugh in the in our little Snapchat conversation, and he was cool or whatever. So, you know, I kind of wrote him off as like, all right, I'm not really gonna talk to this man or whatever, because, you know, we're not really even talking about anything. Fast forward, maybe like a week later, me and him are doing streaks on Snapchat. If you don't know what streaks are, you're literally just making your Snapchat score go up. It's like a game they play on Snapchat. You're literally, I would just take a picture of my foot and I would send it to him. He would take a picture of some kush and he would send it to me, y'all. We were literally just going back and forth, and we were streaking for like a week. We weren't talking about anything important on Snapchat. Maybe of like a week of us doing the streaks, I posted a selfie, and your girl was looking good. He swiped up on the selfie or whatever, and he was like, I want to take you out. Like, I'm trying to see you. But like I said, y'all, at this time, Ninja's favorite line was, I'm trying to see you. Like, I wasn't really thinking that he was really trying to see me. I'm just like, oh yeah, like, you know, just playing along, going along with the game. And also, keep in mind, this was the first time I ever talked to a guy from Miami. Men from Miami, the islands, or New York are different type of men. Like, they deserve their own planet. Those are different type of men. Y'all know how they say Miami is not a part of Florida? The men there is not a part of the earth. Like, they deserve their own planet. Like, this is my first time. I don't even, if a guy tells me now that they from Miami, off rip, I'm gonna be like those girls that don't talk to guys if they have certain zodiac signs, because they're not compatible, or their ex cheated on them and that's the sign, so they don't talk to that sign. If a guy tells me he's from Miami, I do not talk to him. So boom, he tells me that he's from Miami. Mind you, this is my first time talking to somebody from Miami, and at the time, half of Tallahassee was Duval County in Miami. Like, everybody was from Broward. So I had a whole bunch of like acquaintances that was from Miami, but they were women. I never dealt with like a Miami guy before, so I didn't really know the game, y'all. So he's writing me or whatever, saying like he want to see me, he want to pull up on me. Like I said, I'm just saying bluff in the Snapchat DMs. Like, I'm not thinking that I'm really gonna ever see this guy or whatever. But we still communicating through Snap. We start talking a little more. Eventually, y'all, I give him my number, and I know y'all thinking like, Asia, how you get this man his number? You said he was ugly, but y'all, a good game, you will forget about the face. Good game. And I do want to keep in mind, this man was very charismatic. Like, he had the whole package when it came to money. Like I said, he had a job. He sold a little something on the side. He was also in school, and he was funny. Like, he had a nice little something going for him. Fast forward, me and this man, we're probably talking on Snapchat, not consistently. We're probably talking on Snapchat for probably about, I want to say for like a month or two, but not consistently. And after like a month, y'all, I end up giving him my number. Fast forward, we end up going on a date or whatever. I don't remember our first date. I just remember we went to like a chicken spot. I can't think of the name of the spot, y'all. It was just a little hood spot on the south side that he took me to. And we ate and we vibed, and that was that. But even on that date, y'all, like, he was a good vibe. He was humorous. He was making your girl kiki, but I just couldn't get past the looks. I'm gonna go ahead and describe him, y'all. Also, he was short, and I'm not one of those girls that be like, oh, you gotta be 6'10", but it's just like, meet me at my height. Like, I'm 5'5", y'all. I'm not a short girl. I'm 5'5", pushing 5'6", and he was like 5'8". So to me, he was like short, light skin. My type is dark skin. He was not the typical type, y'all. And I'm just gonna say it, y'all. He looked like Jay-Z. That's look, side profile, front profile, back profile, Jay-Z. He looked like Jay-Z, y'all. And if you know, you know. So that was how he looked. And fast forward, we're still communicating. But y'all know, when you like somebody and you get to really know them, you kind of get past the physical attributes. Like, he not cute, like the nose is big, the lips is crusty, like he not cute. But I kind of got past that because I got to know his personality. So I think the last time I did this story time, I called him ugly cute, because he was ugly cute. Like, his looks started to grow on me because I started to, you know, get to know him and start to build feelings for him or whatever. So me and him, well, at this point, I want to say I was basically leading him on for like after our first date. We didn't hang out again until like 4 months later, and your girl was just leading him on. Like I said, I would continue to post on Snapchat, post other places, and he would always swipe up on my story, DM me, try to take me out, and try, you know, but he just wasn't cute. Like, I didn't see myself dating him, y'all. Like, he was a nice little vibe that we can link and hang out, but it was never gonna be anything serious. So I thought at that time. So boom, y'all. Fast forward to, I want to say, that summer, I'm working at this call center in Oogly. He's also working at the call center. I'm not gonna say the name of the call center, but just know I was working at the ghetto call center at this time. He started working at the ghetto call center at this time, and we had the same training class. Like, now we working in the same cubicle. And another coincidence, y'all, we end up living in the exact same apartment complex. So now we neighbors. So he's starting to grow on your girl. Like, y'all know what they say. People that work together, went to school together, live in the same neighborhood, they end up getting married because of the close proximity. So me and him, we end up locking in, y'all. And at this time, I don't even know how he did it, y'all, but he had me thinking he was the one. And this was also, I want to say, summer 2016. That summer, I ended up totaling my car. And like I said, me and Oogly, we weren't locked in at this point, but we were hanging out at work. We were hanging out outside of work a little bit. And then when I totaled my car, he offered to take me back and forth to work. Because like I said, y'all, we were working at the same place. We lived in the same apartment complex. It was nothing for him to pick me up for work. I was getting ready to quit my job, because my job, it was like 20 minutes. It was like, I worked 20 minutes away from the apartment complex. So you really had money like that. I definitely wasn't about to Uber to work. I was just gonna literally quit my job and just, you know, call it a day or whatever. So he offered to take me to work. So between our commute from the apartment complex to work, we're starting to get to know each other better. We're starting to talk about, you know, things that are a little more personal. And your girl is starting to have a little thing for Oogly. And I know it's surprising, y'all, because the man was Oogly, but I'm starting to feel him. So now we working together. And I want to say, after him driving me back and forth for work, after like 2 weeks, I think we locked in. Like, he was a hood nigga, y'all. He ain't asked your girl out like, do you want to be my girlfriend? One day he looked at me and he was just like, you babe. And that's pretty much how he asked me out, y'all. He said I was babe. And ever since then, I was babe. So we're working at the job together. Everything is going aight. And then I told y'all, the ghetto call center, it was just too much going on. They had meetings so much. They wanted us to work. I don't even know, y'all. It was just a lot going on with the call center. I don't remember the exact reason why I quit, but I told y'all, my manager, she didn't even know her job. 2, they started asking us to work long hours. 3, they started writing us up for any and everything. 4, the bathroom was smelling like fish and tuna. Like, y'all, it was a very toxic work environment. And I told y'all, at that job, all my co-workers are literally sleeping with each other's. The managers were sleeping with each other's. It was just very unprofessional, and it was a toxic work environment. So I ended up quitting. And keep in mind, Oogly, he's still working at the ghetto call center. And at this time, I went to work at Chick-fil-A. And I think I did a story time about this, how I started working at Chick-fil-A, because I told y'all, Oogly will always take me back and forth to work, but on days that he didn't have to work, or he didn't go to work, I would Uber to work maybe like twice a month. I Uber to work. And one of the times that I Uber to work, my Uber driver ended up being the manager at Chick-fil-A on Family's campus. and I told him like I was getting ready to quit that job. I ended up giving my contact information to that manager, and then he ended up getting me a job at Chick-fil-A, and then that's when I officially quit the call center, and now I'm back working at Chick-fil-A, y'all. So I'm taking this pay cut or whatever, and I remember this was the day that Oogly really reeled your girl in. This was the day I think I started loving him. Like, it went from butterflies to this man being full of diarrhea. Like, this man was not ish, y'all. But boom, I'm working at Chick-fil-A, and it's my first week back at Chick-fil-A, y'all. Well, actually, this is my first week working at Chick-fil-A, and at the very beginning, everything was groovy. Like, the girls didn't have time to hate me. Like, y'all, I love Chick-fil-A when I first started working at Chick-fil-A. One day, to be exact, y'all, it was my day 2 working at Chick-fil-A, and typically, like I said, me and Oogly, we lived in the same apartment complex. I would either go over his house after work, or he would go over my house, but because I was working at Chick-fil-A, I wasn't getting off work until like 11 o'clock. So typically, he would call me when I got off work. This particular day, he did not call me, y'all, and I was like blowing up his phone, and I wasn't thinking anything crazy, but I was just worried. Like, I wasn't thinking like he was cheating on me, because like I said, y'all, he was ugly. But I was just worried because it was unlike him. Like, literally, before when we would work together, I literally wouldn't go home. Like, after we would get off work, I would spend the night to his house, or he would spend the night to my house. Like, we were always together. But since I started working at Chick-fil-A, it's day 2. I'm expecting him to like come over, because day 1 he came over, but day 2, y'all, he didn't come over. He didn't call. I'm calling him. It's 11 o'clock. I got off work. I'm calling him. He not answering the phone. Like, I don't hear from this man. I remember being in my Uber, and I'm just like worried. Like, I don't know why I was thinking crazy, y'all, because like I said, Oogly, he was in the streets just a little bit. He wasn't selling too much, but I was kind of just thinking like, I don't know, y'all. I was just thinking the worst. I was just thinking like something happened to him. I don't know. I was just thinking the worst. I just remember like my heart was in my stomach, y'all. Y'all know what I mean. My heart was in my ass. So boom, I get home, and he's still not there. Like, he still hasn't called. He still have not pulled up on me, blowing his phone up. Fast forward, I end up going to sleep, y'all. I wake up the next day, and I got a missed call from him, and I'm just like, hey, like, why you didn't come pick me up? Why you didn't tell me? Because like I said, y'all, usually, because I did not have a car at this time, usually he would ask me if I needed a ride from work, even if we were like working together, because sometimes my homegirl would take me back and forth from work. He didn't ask me if I needed a ride to work. He didn't text me. He didn't hit me. Like, it was unlike him to go to bed without telling me good night. Like, how you able to sleep without hearing my voice? I'm your lullaby. Like, how you do that? So he calls me the next day, that morning, and I'm like, hey, you good? Like, where you was at? Like, you ain't asked if I needed a ride from work. You ain't do nothing. He was just like, yeah, I had did some overtime at my job. And I said, overtime? The ghetto call center don't offer overtime. Like, they don't offer that. So what you talking about? He's just like, oh no, babe, I end up picking up another job overnight, because you know, you working at Chick-fil-A and your money not gonna be the same. So if you need any help with anything, I picked up an extra job for you. Y'all, when he told me that, my heart literally sunk, because I'm like, this is a man. And keep in mind, at this time, he was 22. I was like 20, 21 at this time. So a man is telling you he picked up an extra job because you took a pay cut. He's telling me this, and your girl is eating it up, y'all. I'm like, you did what? He's like, yeah, I picked up an overnight job. I got a little contract. So last night was my first night. I ain't want to tell you. I wanted to surprise you. So if you need anything, let me know, because I know you're not going to be making money like that at Chick-fil-A. And y'all, I'm literally like in awe, because ain't no man ever tell me nothing like that before. Like, you really applying pressure. Like, what? Not you picked up another job for my well-being. And it was crazy, y'all, because when he told me that, I literally like got teary-eyed. I started crying. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's a good man, Savannah. Like, I got me a good man. Like, y'all, I'm literally like dead ass about to cry. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, Oogly, you didn't have to do that for me. Like, thank you so much for being considerate. Like, I'm literally like praising him. I done told my girlfriends about it. I done put it in our group chat. They like, oh my gosh, I need me a Oogly too. I'm gonna get me a Oogly, because Oogly's gonna do right by you. Like, y'all, he King Oogly in the group chat because I'm bragging on him. to all my friends. So that's the day when I really started to feel for him, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I knew you had a good personality and you was funny, but I didn't know you was this caring. So keep that in mind, y'all. Now your girl is really feeling for him. Like I really feel for him. Not feel y'all, but feel for him. But fast forward, I want to say maybe like it probably was like probably like a month later, I ended up spending the night to his house. And like I said, anytime I would spend the night to his house, y'all, I would always, well, I didn't even tell y'all this, but I would always sleep in the living room. Like I rarely went to his bed. At this time, I had this thing where, well, I'll just say it, y'all. I ain't want to give him no punani. I don't know what I was going through at this time. I don't know why I did all that rambling, y'all. But in short, I ain't want to increase my body count. At this time, body counts mattered. For me to just grow up to realize that our body count really don't go past 3 if anybody asks. But I ain't know that at this time. We were in college. Oh, and if any young girl watching this, remember, body counts don't matter. After college, your body count resets, okay? During this time, don't call me childish, or call me childish. Call me what you want to call me, y'all. But I used to have this thing where when I was dating men, I would literally like have a 3-month thing. And I don't know if it was from that movie. What is that movie? Act Like a Lady Would Think Like a Man. And Steve Harvey said you have to make them wait 3 months. I was doing that, y'all. I was making men wait 3 months for the punani. So anytime I would spend the night to Ugli's house, I would never go in his bedroom. Like anytime I would spend the night over there, I would literally spend the night in the living room. And when he would spend the night to my house, we would sleep in the bed together. But I don't know, like my house, I knew my boundaries. But at his house, I would just never go in his bedroom because, you know, that's his area. Like that's his cage. Like, I don't know. It's just something about being in a man's room that gets you weak in the knees, y'all. And at this time, I want to say we didn't yet do the do. We didn't do the do yet, y'all. But this particular day, I think your girl was hot and ready. Like I was a Little Caesar's pizza, y'all. Because this particular day, I was in his bedroom, and I remember it like yesterday because I was eating what's that place called? I was eating Guthrie's. If you know, you know. Guthrie's is basically like a Cane's. It's like a Zaxby's. It's just chicken tenders and fries, y'all. But that was my spot, y'all. So it was just a regular smuggler day. But this particular day, I was sleeping in his bedroom. I think I was ready, y'all. So we went and we got Guthrie's, and I'm in his bedroom. And when we got there, he immediately went to the shower. I had already showered at my place, and it was just a regular weekend, y'all. Typically, we would watch movies in the living room, but this particular day, I was watching it in the bedroom. And this is when I was heavy on, what's that movie called? Power. This was when Power was out. I was heavy on Power, y'all. So I got my Guthrie's, and I'm literally sitting on his bed, and I'm eating my Guthrie's, y'all. And mid-bite, I look up and I see a picture of a little boy on his dresser, and I'm thinking it's him because when I say this boy looked identical to him, like it was like Oogly 2.0, like he looked identical to him, y'all. So I'm eating my food and I'm eating and I'm not really thinking anything of it. I'm like, oh, he was so cute as a baby. Like that's what I'm thinking in my head, y'all. But at the same time, I see the date. There's a not a date. I see the year on the picture, y'all. The year on the picture says 2016. So I'm eating and I'm like, 2016. It's 2017. You weren't born last year. Like, why does it say 2016 on it? But I didn't get up yet, y'all. I'm still like just chewing my Guthrie's and I'm just dipping, eating, dipping, eating. And I finished my Guthrie's, y'all, because I don't care what's going on. I don't care what I'm hallucinating, what I'm thinking. You're not about to ruin my appetite. So I finished my Guthrie's and I get up and I go to the dresser, y'all. And I pick up the baby picture and I'm looking and I'm like, am I tripping? Yeah, I'm tripping. Because I gotta be tripping. I got to be tripping, y'all. So I'm literally like looking, I'm like in a freaking daze, y'all. I'm like, it's 2017. The date on the right-hand corner of the picture says 2016. He was born in like 1990, I don't know, 96, y'all. Like, the math is not mathing, y'all. So I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, wow, this is not him. Because the baby in the picture, y'all, he had a mole. He had a mole in the center of his nose right here, a mole. And I'm like, Moles, they don't disappear, y'all. I'm trying to put stuff together, y'all. I'm like, wait, can you outgrow? I'm on Google, y'all. I'm like, can you outgrow moles? Nah, you can't outgrow moles. And y'all, like, I'm literally in the room talking to myself, trying to put two and two together. I'm like, should I leave before he get there? Because mind you, at that time, we lived in the same apartment complex, y'all. I could have just walked to my apartment complex. Should I confront him? So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, y'all. Like, I'm trying to put two and two together. So I'm sitting there. I take a picture of the baby picture. I put it in my, I sent it to my best friend. And I'm like, who does this look like? Because she knew how ugly he looked. She knew he was ugly. So I'm like, who does this look like? She's like, I don't know. Who? I said, he has a baby. This man never told me he had a baby. He never told me he had a baby. So my best friend is just like, Asia, like, that's not him. He doesn't have a baby. Like, the pictures say 2016. It's 2017. Who is this child? Who is this? She's like, Asia, you playing? I'm like, I'm not playing. Like, y'all, I'm literally in this man room doing laps. I'm trying to calm myself down. I'm doing laps around the room. He's still in the shower. He in the shower for a good minute. Like, I'm gathering my thoughts, trying to figure out if I'm gonna leave, if I'm gonna spaz, like what I'm about to do, y'all. So I sit down on the side of the bed, and I don't know why, but I was thinking like, all right, maybe if I look at the picture from a distance, it might say 1996 on the corner of the picture, y'all. Like, I remember I literally sat back down and I started squinting, and I'm just like, there ain't no way. Like, it can't be. It cannot be, y'all. So I hear the water go off in the shower. He's getting ready to wrap it up or whatever. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get my words together to confront him, y'all, because I literally was, when I say I was speechless, I really didn't know what to say. And it's like he knew I was up to something, because when he came into the room, y'all, he was soaking wet. He didn't try to wipe off nothing, dry off nothing. It was literally just towel and water. Like, literally, it was a puddle of like water following him into the room. Like, he just knew I was up to something. So y'all, as soon as he comes to the room, I'm looking at him, I'm looking at the picture, and I'm like, you got a baby? And y'all know ninjas, he starts laughing. He's like, what? You got a baby? Like, what's funny, nigga? Like, your hairline may be funny, but this not funny. Like, you got a baby? He's like, what? I said, do you have a child? Why you didn't tell me you had a child? Like, who is that on that picture? Who is that little boy on the picture? He's like, I do, but I don't. I said, what? He's like, I do, but I don't. I said, it's either you got a baby or you don't got a baby. Your sperm made it out or it didn't. Like, do you have a baby? He's like, yeah, I got a baby, but let me explain. So y'all, I'm trying to calm myself down because I'm already on 10. Like, I already done did cartwheels, flips, laps all across his room, trying to figure out how I'm gonna bring this up, y'all. So I sit back down on the side of the bed because I really wanted to spaz. Thinking back, I did a good job. Like, I didn't spaz how I wanted to spaz. So I'm sitting on the side of the bed. He's just like, let me explain. I'm like, get to talking, nigga. Literally sitting on the side of the bed like this, just shivering. I'm like, y'all, uncontrollably shivering, trembling, like, nerves is bad, y'all. So I'm shaking. And I think because I was shaking, it was making him nervous. Like, he didn't know how to move because he was like standing in that towel. Y'all, it felt like he was standing in that towel for forever. So he's standing in the towel and he was just like, I do got a baby. And I'm just like, why you didn't tell me you had a baby? He's just like, I didn't know how I wanted to tell you. Like, I wasn't hiding my baby from you. I just didn't know how I wanted to tell you because, hell, I'm just finding out that I got a baby. So I'm like, what? How you just find out you got a baby and the picture say 2017 and the baby look like he's 1 year old? Like, I mean, the picture say 2016. The baby look like he's 1 year old. Like, how you just find out that you got a baby? So he's just like, let me explain. Like, I put it on my mama. Like, I hope his mama doing okay, y'all. Because also this man will put everything on his mama. Like, it don't matter what it was. Like, if he said he was on his way and I said, now you just left the house, he'd be like, I put it on my mama. I put it on my mama that I was on my way. Like, he would put everything on his mama. So immediately, I already knew he was gonna go to that. He was just like, I put it on my mama that I just found out. Like, I put it on my mama. Like, this is all new to me. I put it on my mama. So I'm like, all right, I'm all ears. explain or whatever. He sits down on the bed beside me and he was just like, I just found out that I have a baby. Like, all of this is new to me. And I'm just like, I'm listening, keep talking. So he goes on to say that when he moved to Tallahassee for college, on his way up there, literally, I guess he had been there for about, I want to say almost a year now, y'all. He's like, on his way up there, he get a call from his mom that Boo Boo the Fool, which is the ex-girlfriend, he get a call from his mom that Boo Boo the Fool was giving birth. And he's just like, what? Me and Boo Boo the Fool broke up months ago. There ain't no way it's my baby. That ain't my baby. And then he just like, his mom is like, I'm about to go up to the hospital. I'm about to go up to the hospital because they saying it is your baby. So the mom goes up to the hospital. He says that he's still on his way to Tallahassee. He says that the mom calls him back and she's like, his nickname was Fofo, y'all. So he's like, Fofo, the baby is definitely yours. He's like, how the baby mine? Send me a picture. How's the baby mine? I haven't seen that girl, ain't touched that girl, ain't breathed that girl away in months. Me and her been done. That ain't my baby. That ain't my baby. So he says that the mom is just like, Fufu, it's your baby. Calm down. It is your baby. This is definitely your baby or whatever. So he says the mom sends him a picture of the baby. He sees the baby. And like I said, y'all, the picture of the baby on the dresser looked like a mini Jay-Z. Like the baby looked identical to him. Like it was definitely his baby without a doubt. Like even if I didn't know him, if I seen him and I seen a picture of the baby, I would say that it was his baby. Like, so basically he goes on and he's telling me that his mom had to tell him that was his baby. He didn't talk to the girl for months and he just found out that he was a dad literally like a few months ago. So immediately I'm like, Cap, I'm not buying it. I don't believe it or whatever. I'm like, Cap, I'm leaving y'all. So I start packing up my little spend the night bag. I throw my my food container in the trash or whatever, and I'm trying to head out, but not really, y'all. You know how like you really want to hear a nigga out, but you want to also act like you leaving. So y'all, I'm picking up my little spend the night bag. I'll make it to the front door, and then somehow I'll end up back in the room. And he was screaming to the top of his lungs, "Oh my mama, I ain't lying. Oh my mama, I ain't lying. Ain't my mama. I'm finna call my mama. I'm finna call my mama." I'm like, call her. Y'all, this man calls his mother, hands me the phone, and he's like, "Mama, tell her how I found out about my son. Tell her how I found out about my son." And the mom's story is identical to his story, y'all. The mom is literally saying, yes, Boo Boo the Fool mom called me when she was giving birth to their son. He hasn't been with this girl. He hasn't seen this girl. He didn't even know that she was pregnant. And basically, she hid the whole pregnancy for him. And when his mom tells me that, I don't even know what to say, y'all. Like, I'm literally in the room and I don't even know what to say. I'm just sitting there like Boo Boo the Fool number 2. I'm just like, what? Why would she do that? Like, I'm started asking him so many questions. I'm like, why would she do that? Why would she hide her baby from you? Like, what type of terms did y'all break up on that she didn't feel comfortable to let you know that she was having your baby? Like, I'm asking him so many questions, y'all. I'm literally asking him like so many questions or whatever. Fast forward, like I said, whatever he told me, y'all, I just wanted whatever he told me, I just wanted it to equal to I'm staying. Your girl could have went home. Like I told y'all, we were neighbors. Like, my apartment was in the next building over, y'all. I could have went home, but your girl, I just wanted to stay, y'all. I'm not even gonna flex on it. I literally just wanted to stay. Whatever story he would have told me, I just wanted it to fit into me staying. Like, that's what I wanted the outcome to be. So I ended up spending the night over there. Fast forward, that was pretty much it, y'all. That was pretty much the story. How I found out he hid his baby throughout the entire relationship. We still stayed together for like a year after that. And I already did a story time on how we broke up. It was the what was that story time called? It was the what did I name that story time? It was the story time about what is that story time called? Hold on. I might have to pull it up because I cannot recall what the name of that story time was called. It was the one where he hit me, y'all. I said I called 911. I think it was a story time about the pasta. Yeah, it was about my pasta. That's ugly. That's the story time of how we broke up. I'll link that story time down below if y'all would like to know how we broke up. But yeah, that's pretty much the story time how I was dating this guy and we were dating for 2 months and he hid his baby. He never told me he had a baby. I literally was at his house chilling and I seen a picture of his baby. And y'all probably thinking like, Asia, how you never seen a picture of his baby before? Like I said, y'all, I would never spend the night in his room. Anytime I would spend the night to his house, I would sleep out in the living room. He had a nice sectional. We would sleep out there. And then when he was spending nights in my house, we would sleep in my bedroom. And like I said, y'all, he didn't have any signs. He never spoke of a kid. He never said anything about a kid. He never had pictures of the kid on his phone. Like, it was never anything about a kid. Like, he hid the kid whole existing. Like, I honestly feel like if I would have never spent nights at his house that day and seen that baby picture, I would have never even known that he had a baby. Like, I don't know when he was gonna tell me he had a baby. But y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it, because at that time when I was telling all my friends that he hid his baby, they were like, Asia, it was early. He probably didn't feel comfortable letting you in his son's life. And it's just like, I wasn't trying to be in his son's life. I'm 20. Like, I'm young. I'm not trying to be no stepmommy. I just would have liked the option to know that you had a baby. Like, you could have told me that before I started having feelings for you. Like, you could have told me that before you got my number. You could have told me that when we was back on Snapchat. But y'all, he ain't telling me none of this. So y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.